The double disaster created by Harvey and Irma has brought out the best in many people who simply want to help, which includes the volunteers of Operation Blessing. Teams have arrived from all over the country with one goal: to assist storm victims in both Texas and Florida. Multiple command sites coordinate help for thousands of people, but it's important to ensure every person feels special. Operation Blessing volunteers met Mondo Galinda in Beaumont, Texas, who desperately needed help gutting his home.
I guess everybody feels like this, but, you know, it's not a good feeling. It's not a good feeling to see your house, you know, like that.
Volunteers got to work clearing Mondo's home and salvaging what they could. Volunteer Richard Funes took time off from work to help.
It just feels good being out here doing something, you know, for the residents out here that lost everything.
Not only did the team help Mondo, but also his neighbors.
This lady was basically in tears. She didn't know how she was going to be able to get all this stuff out. This lady lost her roof over there. Look at all the debris that y'all just put out in the street in about less than 2 hours that y'all came out here. And y'all are out there helping more people. Operation Blessing, y'all are the only people that I've seen out here helping right now.
Every day, Anu has a lot of extra chores around the house. Her mother had polio as a little girl and needs the help.
I feel sad for my mother. I do all the work I can for her, but sometimes I just want to play with other children.
Collecting water for the family is a big task for Anu. She walks 2 miles round trip.
Every morning and every evening, I must get water from the open well. The water is heavy for me, and my hands and legs hurt a lot.
It takes so long and it's so hard to get water. Anu can't make it to school on time.
I'm always late, and the teacher punishes me. Sometimes she doesn't let me in the school.
Anu and her family are Christian. They ask Jesus daily for a solution to their water problem. When CBN found out about the village through a local pastor, we quickly dug a well there. Now everyone in the village has clean water close to home.
It's so easy for me to get water. My hands and legs don't hurt anymore. I get to school on time, and I even have time to play with my friends. Thank you, CBN, for giving us this well.
Mr. Wen waited until he was 30 years old to get married and was very happy when he found out he and his wife were going to have a baby boy.
I was finally going to be a father. It was a dream come true.
Mrs. Wen started sewing baby clothes right away, but the excitement didn't last long because Jin Hua was born with a cleft lip and palate.
I worried people would make fun of him, and he wouldn't be able to go to school or get married. I blamed myself.
Mrs. Wen thought it was her fault. She'd had a cleft lip and palate herself. An inexperienced doctor had sewn her mouth up with a simple needle and thread. It affected her appearance and speech ever since.
I did not want that to happen to my son. So I vowed that no matter how poor we would get professional surgery for him.
As farmers, it would take years to save for surgery. Meanwhile, Jin Hua struggled to eat and take his medicine.
Sometimes he choked and could not breathe.
Local doctor said he could die at any time.
Desperate, the couple prayed to their deceased relatives.
But it seemed like they did not understand anything that we were saying.
If my ancestors couldn't help, who would?
Later, a doctor called Mr. Wen and told him about CBN.
I got my wish. Surgery for my son. No one could believe it.
The surgery transformed Jin Hua's face.
He's much stronger than he was before, and he can eat by himself.
The surgery was professional and perfect. Zhengguang never looked in a mirror before, but now he loves to see himself.
And now the Wens have a new faith.
Now I believe there must be a true God, a God who really cares about me. And I would love to know more about Christianity.
Now I'm willing to believe in him and give my life to him because he helped my son and changed his life. Thank you, CBN. Jesus gave us hope through you.
When I was 5 or 6 years old, I watched Superbook for the first time.
10-year-old Enia found a hero in her favorite cartoon series.
I am thinking all the time, why can't I become like Joy? She believes in God and she is good and kind. I began to believe, and I started to pray.
This cartoon changed the life of my daughter. The story of Esther when Joy makes friends with children that others have rejected, it had a strong impact on Enia.
Joy in the cartoon walks with a girl named Bonnie, who uses a wheelchair. I thought, if Joy can be so kind and brave, so can I.
So Enia befriended a child at school who had been bullied by classmates.
I found out that she was a nice person, and I realized that all people need to be given a chance.
Enia is one of the thousands of children across Albania whose lives have been changed through CBN's Superbook. Albanian missionary Rachel Byler has witnessed the influence of Superbook firsthand.
We love the show Superbook in Albania because wherever we go, and this is true, wherever we go, the kids all know the song, and it's the song of salvation.
This cartoon is very important for our country because so many children are in families who don't know Jesus. But now they know Gizmo, Joy and Chris, and they hear about God through them.
Now I talk to my friends about Jesus. Thank you to everyone who made the wonderful Superbook.
It was really pouring down rain, and the water was rising. And within minutes, I started seeing water coming in my house, and the water just kept on rising, just kept on rising.
Heavy rains and flash flooding in Norfolk, Virginia left people like Zena Hankins with water-soaked homes and no way to clean up the mess.
At one point, I just sat and I cried, and I said, Lord, I work every day. I did everything that I was supposed to do. You know, I have insurance. I work hard. I don't know why is this happening to me and what is happening, because at this point, I don't have money to do the work that I knew that's going to be required.
The next day, Operation Blessing's disaster relief team showed up to help Zena and the other residents clean up their homes. We're in Zena's kitchen right now, and I just wanted to show you something. We're going to tilt down here, and I want to show you how saturated this rug is. This rug is history. It's no longer usable. We're going to go in here, and the Operation Blessing guys are in here taking up the carpet, cutting out the drywall. Now I want to show you something. Right here is the water line. That's how high the water got in Zena's house. Now it needs to be taken out as quickly as possible, because if they don't, the results could be disastrous.
The mold is definitely a huge issue, and we make sure that we explain to the homeowners what we're doing. and how we want to protect them and get that carpet and drywall out.
Zena was grateful for the help cleaning up, but Operation Blessing wanted to finish the job. So through local partnerships and the financial support of 700 club partners, they restored all of the flooded homes in Zena's community.
Now, we're back in Zena's kitchen, and I want you to look at this brand new linoleum. We've got brand new carpet in the dining room. It's through the hallway all the way into the living room. Now, this has all just been installed, so Zena's still settling in, but I want you to see something. Brand new drywall. You can't even see where the water was. So there's no mold and no problems.
I want to thank Operation Blessing and 700 Club for coming to my rescue, because out of everybody and everything, you are the only people that came to my rescue. You're the only one.